Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our NFL Week 2 preview between the Washington Redskins and the Green Bay Packers. Now let's take a look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with the Redskins.
Lost in all of the RG3 hoopla was the fact that the Redskins' rushing game was stymied by the Philadelphia Eagles. No one could have seen that coming due to the fact that this is one of the best rushing teams in the league last season. I'm interested to see how well they incorporate both tight ends in the ball game this week versus Green Bay. That's Fred Davis and the rookie Jordan Reed. I think they could have some success throwing the football over the middle of the field and in the flat. On the defensive side of the football, they want to always keep someone over the center. I think Cofield can win that battle up front, and that could go a long way in helping them slow down what Green Bay wants to do offensively. And rookie cornerback David Amerson will have to be ready mentally this week versus Green Bay. When you think you have a guy covered, Aaron Rodgers will still throw that football, so you have to be alert, be active, and get your hands on the ball. Now for Green Bay in this ball game, you want to maximize your possessions. That's shooting for 3 first downs per drive, flipping field position, and once you get into the red zone, then you have to come away with touchdowns. You have to put the Redskins away. We know RG3 will get more confidence as the game progresses, so you want to maximize your possessions and put points on the board. You want to force the issue with the running game. You have to find a way to strike balance. If Green Bay can run the football, I don't think anyone could stop this offense because we know they can throw the heck out of the ball, but you got to force the issue with the running game. Defensively, I love the matchup on the corners versus the Skins wide receivers. I think that's a battle that the Packers can win. And you want to set the edge defensively and force the inside linebackers to make plays in the running game. So those outside rushers have to play contained, set the edge, allow your inside linebackers to eat versus the run. Now let's go inside the lab to take a look at some X's and O's for both teams in this matchup.
When playing the Green Bay Packers, you understand 2 things. 1, you have to get pressure on the quarterback, and 2, you have to protect yourself on the back end in the secondary. And I'm going to draw up a way the Redskins can do both at the same time. What we're going to do is this is going to be 3 deep, quarters coverage, and we're going to zone dog the backer. The backer's responsibility is the tailback in this defense. As the tailback stays in and blocks, he goes in, blitzes A-gap. Boom. That one right there. And if he goes out in a route, it's his responsibility to meet him wherever he goes. That's his man. So that's the zone dog in this concept. Now we have quarters coverage. We have quarters coverage back here, quarters coverage back here, and quarters coverage around. So let's just draw up what we expect, let's say, the Packers will do on this route. Let's say the receiver runs a deep in route. And I'm going to show you how people have to pass guys off in reading the patterns and coverages. We have the slot guy going across the middle, and we have this guy running a speed out. We're going to send this receiver down the field. Simple concept. Expanding the defense, expanding the zone, and if they're in man, you're trying to run away from the slot receivers with these 2, the slot corners with these 2 routes right here. So we're going to send pressure off the edge. We got 2 backers in with 2 defensive tackles. That's unique. That's how they can get pressure with a Rakpo and Kerrigan and keeping 2 defensive tackles in there in case they run to hold their own at the point of attack. So we're going to send this guy straight through. He's a contained blitzer. He's going straight through that tackle, trying to play the contain versus Aaron Rodgers so he doesn't get outside the pocket. We're going to have this outside linebacker shoot the B gap here. We're going to have this tackle play up and shoot the A gap. So now if the running back stays in and blocks, now you have a double A gap blitz, and that's what you want. You want to keep Aaron Rodgers within that box, and that's what you have to do. And this tackle here is going to shoot this A gap as well. So like I said, double A gap blitz on one side, triple A gap blitz in hole. So we got 3 guys attacking the A gap. Pressure stops the spread offense from within, which is why we have 3 guys going in the A gap if this guy stays in and pass protects. Now, the nickel guy, his job is to wait to see where the guy breaks out or in. If he breaks out, then he flies this way. If he's breaking in, he waits and he's in a chase mode. Why? Because he knows he has help just in case from the guy in quarters coverage. Same with the slot guy on this side, which will be the weak side of the formation. We're going to designate this the weak side. He's running that speed out. He waits to see the cut, and he's flattening down, steamrolling to where this guy is going. I'm sorry about that. Steamrolling to where this guy is going to be, and he has to make that tackle. And right here, cornerback gets his cushion in his quarters coverage. He sees the breaking route, so now he can go up. Just in case the guy is going to the post, he's going up as well. Safety that's in his quarters coverage, closing in on the in route. Then he closes in as well. You make the tackle right here, or you break up the pass. And as he's going deep, he is still running with him because he also has the quarters coverage that will tilt that way. So not only do they get pressure underneath, but they're also protecting themselves on the back end. This requires a lot of communication in the secondary, something that the Redskins didn't do last week versus the Philadelphia Eagles, but they can get pressure. They have two outstanding rushers and one linebacker in the middle, in London Fletcher, in my opinion, a future Hall of Famer, so they can find themselves protected on the back end while getting pressure on Aaron Rodgers. The Green Bay Packers have one of the best passing attacks in the National Football League, and I'm going to show you how this week versus the Washington Redskins, they can attack the weak side of the formation with the sluggo route. And you guys know what the sluggo is, a slant and go. And I'm going to show you right here what we have to do in order to make that happen. You want to influence both safeties in this play. Why? Because you want to pull these guys away from the middle of the field where the sluggo is going to go. We're going to show a fake read option action. Send it back across formation. Aaron Rodgers rides that fake, quick play action. And if no one's coming off the edge, his job is to leak out right here, settle down, be that safety valve, that hot route, that built-in dump-off pass. We're going to send the tight end up on the flag route, trying to pull that strong safety out of the middle of the field. We have the curl smash concept here, so we're going to try to pull this strong safety out the middle of the field. We're going to try to pull the free safety out the middle of the field with a corner route as well on the backside. Why? Because we have the sluggo, 2 steps, coming in, settle down, waiting for this to clear, then shooting up to the middle of the field. And we know Aaron Rodgers can fit a bowling ball through a thimble with great velocity and also with great accuracy. So that's one way they can attack the weak side of the defense, by influencing the safeties to get out of the middle of the field, so that way they can run the sluggo backside. So what I'm gonna do now is show you another play that they can utilize to attack the weak side of the defense against the Washington Redskins. Now here's another play the Packers can run to influence the free safety to get out of the middle of the field so they can hit a big play weak side. And this time we're gonna hit the post weak side. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna show bunch to the right, which would be the strong set, which would 9 times out of 10 put the strong safety on this side and tilt the coverage that way. So we're gonna bring this guy in a short motion and we're gonna use the pivot concept. So we're gonna have the inside guy run a speed out, top of the bunch runs a corner route, and hopefully that pulls the free safety out of the middle of the field. As we bring in the motion guy, the Z, he's running the pivot route, so he's gonna come in and break back out. Tailback is running here, checking for blitz, picking up, settling down, built-in hot route, built-in dump-off pass, and bottom of the numbers. This is key. So we have the X split all the way out to the bottom of the numbers, and his job is to run the backside post. So you see where we got a 2-on-1 concept where this guy is responsible for 2 men running the same route. He has to make a choice. Now, if he's going to try to fly over here to help out that strong safety over top with that corner route, that's his job. And if he's going to try to ride underneath, we have many different options that he can hit as well. So it's all about influencing the free safety with a lot of action going one way. And we know Aaron Rodgers does a great job of showing a subtle pump fake and then coming back to the backside post. So those are some plays where they can have some success this week versus the Redskins by attacking the weak side defense in the secondary.
Now here are some coaching points for both teams in this ball game. For the Redskins, the cornerbacks can't get lazy in their coverage. I talked about it before, at least I alluded to it. As long as that whistle hasn't blown, Aaron Rodgers still can fit the football in a tight window. So you want to be alert, you want to be on your guy throughout the course of the play. And you want to keep it more zone blocking, traditional, as opposed to read option. No one's going to respect the read option if RG3 is not going to take off. So I would keep it traditional with your inside and outside zones as well as your gap plays. You also want to stay ahead of the chains versus the Packers. Last week you were 2 out of 10 on third downs. That can't happen this week. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself on the losing end of the scoreboard. Now, for the Packers in this game, the interior offensive line must do a better job in the running game. You got to move people off the ball. That didn't happen last week versus San Francisco. You have to be able to establish the ground game in order for the play action pass to work. And the linebackers versus the pass have to do a better job. That's A.J. Hawk and Brad Jones. They have to do a better job in coverage this week, because I'm pretty sure the Redskins will attack the middle of the field. And you want to take more chances defensively. I can trust the Packers cornerbacks versus the Redskins receivers. Still, RG3 is comfortable enough to step up in the pocket with that plant leg and deliver an accurate football. That ball is going to come out high. You can take some chances and perhaps come away with an interception. The X factor for the Redskins will be the receiving core. They have to do a better job of recognizing coverages on the fly. Versus zone, you want to settle down. Versus man, you want to break in or break out. You also have to know when you are the hot receiver. So you also have to identify where the blitzer is coming from. You have to help RG3 out in the passing game by being where you're supposed to be and also catching the football. For the Green Bay Packers, the X factor will be the secondary. Not only do they have to do their job in pass coverage, but they're going to have to be a factor in run support. Flying up, being that alley guy, being that field defender to make a tackle at or behind the line of scrimmage. I like the Packers in this ball game. Second game back for RG3. He's going to slowly start to get into a groove, but right now the Green Bay Packers offense is off the bus type ready. So I think they'll do a great job of moving the football against that Redskins defense. Offensively, the Redskins will have some success, but I do believe the Packers do have enough defensively to slow these guys down to get that extra possession for their own offense. I also want to give a huge shout out to Redskin fan forums and Packer fan forums for always showing football game plan support.